Ange Postecoglu spoke to the media and warned that any player not fully committed to the challenge should look to move on.
I've got no time for that sort of stuff anymore. We're in a fight here, you know. Like we're in a fight. I'm not going to go around worrying about people's bruised egos. Yeah, this football club, you know, we want to achieve things. We want to be successful, and we're down to the bare bones in players. I'm not going to, you know, if there's somebody in that dressing room who's fit, able to contribute, that feels like he needs something extra in this moment, he's probably not the right type. Like, I need guys who, and we had some last night, who, you know, understand the situation we're in. We've got 15 fit players. In some positions, we've only got 2 players. So I'm not going to go around trying to get extra out of people. If they don't give extra right now, well, it kind of gives me an indication of where they're at.
Now, you see, I'm kind of on the Ange train here. I kind of like it, where he's just gone, nah, you lot, pull your finger out. But how will that be received in the dressing room? And obviously, with what he was saying there, it is in response to the game against Rangers. I thoroughly thought it was an entertaining game of football. I can understand that Spurs fans didn't think that their team turned up and did the business, and a particular player off the back of last night's performance got it from the manager. He was hooked at half-time, wasn't he? Timo Werner. He got it from the manager, and that's who he's kind of referring to there in that press conference. How will that be received in the dressing room, do you think?
Depends if he's said it to his face already and to his teammates. Because I've never been a fan of going to the press first before you address the situation in the room. And if it's that obvious, you've got to go and tell him, because now it's an insult to you and his teammates. But if you kind of pander to the media first before you've gone and told the player, and then the player's hearing it in the press, it doesn't. You lose the dressing room, because now the players don't feel that you'll protect them when it's going tough for them. So it's a difficult one, and I understand what he's saying, and he's got every right to say it. Because if the players if he's noticing that they're not giving 100%, then he's got a right to say that. But go say it to him, and if it carries on and continues, and then it's just something that's just known, because I've not noticed it. I think, and I don't think anybody else wouldn't have noticed that he's not pulling his finger out. If you think Timo Werner is not pulling his finger out, that's fair enough. But he's got to go and tell him first. Then, if he feels that he's got nowhere else to turn, because let's have it here. Timo Werner is not his star player. Do you know what I mean? Timo Werner is not his star player. So why are you picking on him for? What about the others? Do you know what I mean? Timo Werner is not his star player. So I get why he's kind of thinking, okay, but is he alluding to somebody else? Or is it just, okay, Timo Werner will get it and the rest of you can get it too? And I'll bring you out in the press. Is it a war chant? What is he doing? What is he trying to achieve here? So it's strange to me. It's strange to me. And look,
it's justification in the original.
I don't agree with it myself.
No, I
keep it in the dressing room, keep it in the changing room, and we just crack on. And if me and you got a problem, then we'll sort it out in the dressing room, or we'll sort it out in training. But don't come on national radio or national TV and start hammering me. This is what happened with what player was it? Was it Rashford or no? Was it Sancho? Was it Sancho? Remember that with Ten Hag? Same thing.
Not training.
He's not training, but he's going to tell the world that he's not doing that. And then obviously Sancho had his own opinion on why, because every footballer's got an excuse to why they're not playing well. Do you know what I mean? Everyone. We don't look at ourselves first. We look at, it's the manager's fault. Then after a little while, then we look at ourselves. Because that's how we are. Egotistical. I get it. But with that Sancho situation, that could have been handled a lot differently. Now he's kicking ball for Chelsea, scoring goals, and Man United have looked at that and thought, God, I would have liked to inform Sancho like that. But because Ten Hag has made it that way and it's not comfortable for him to be at the club, then he has to go find a new home where he can go and establish himself and be the Premier League player we all know he can be. Now, doing this to Timo Werner, is he Timo Werner their star player? I don't think he is. And They ain't bought him for loads. So what is this attack? I don't get it.
Marco, you're a Spurs fan, aren't you?
Evening, boys. How you doing?
Evening, pal.
Good, mate. Good, mate. What do you want to say, buddy?
I just wanted to see what your guys' view is. Is there any other team in the Prem as depressing and up and down as us? Because honestly, I'm 26, and for how long I've known Spurs, it's literally a yo-yo. 1 minute we're the best team in the world, beating City 4-0 away, and then literally, I don't know if it was the week before or after, Ipswich turn us over. Like how can a club be consistently so up and down? And the problem is, it's not like the only other club I can compare it to is Everton, where they must go through the same sort of thing. But the thing with Everton is they've not got the expectation that we've got, because we actually put so much money into the club, and we actually do spend a lot of money. So there is the expectation there that we should be, quote, winning things. But how can you win things when we're just on the cusp of being that level where we're expected to actually win something, if you know what I mean? It's just we're always so close, but always so far.
Are you expected to win anything though? Like, are you expected
to compete?
Like, I'm just talking about other fans looking at Spurs. At the start of the season, would you go, "Oh, Spurs is definitely going to win something this year"?
I think long term, the fact that we've not won.
I don't agree with you. I don't feel that Spurs. Listen, Spurs is a big club. I love what you're doing there. The stadium's unbelievable. I was there the other day. You got some great. You got some good players.
Yeah, but you've said they're an entertainment place rather than.
It is an entertainment place because it's a great club. The training grounds, the facilities are unbelievable over there. But when I look at Spurs, I'm not looking at them thinking, "Oh, they're going to get somewhere. They're going to get Champions League this year." I'm not sure. I don't even know if you're going to win a cup this year. You're going to have a cup run this year. I'm not sure. I just don't look at Spurs and I'm not even taking the mick, but that's just the way I see it. Now, Spurs fans, you might see it a different way to what the outside might look at you like. You know, like you might have higher expectations. You got all of the dream at the start of the season. Yeah, we're going to go and win, and then you're always disappointed. Maybe have a different approach. Maybe, I'm not sure.
Well, the fact that we're favourites for the Europa League this year, so clearly it's not just Spurs fans looking at it like that. It's the outside looking in as well. I wouldn't say we're clear favourites for the Europa League at the start of the season, but even to be fair, when the odds came out for it, I was looking at it thinking, I'm not sure about that. You got teams like Roma who are coming back into form. You got United, even though they could be in whatever form they could be in. If they're in a competition, they're going to be up there to win it. But it's just that's what gets you as a Spurs fan. It's just the fact that you're always expected to be in and around it, but we never seem to get over the line. I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's players, management, Levy. People say it's Levy, but I'm not being funny. What else can he do? He's putting money into the squad. I don't know how much money he's actually gave Ange, but it's not. He hasn't given him like 20 million. He gave him a fair amount to spend in the summer.
So what would you? So you put it down to Ange, or you put it? What are you putting this runoff? Don't say I don't know. You got to have a reason. This is your club.
I don't know. I'll tell you who I'll put it down to. I'll put it down to Romero getting sent off every 5 minutes.
Okay, all right. So see that. Having said that, right? Would you have rather Ange coming out and having Romero instead of Timo Werner? Because do you really think it's Timo Werner's fault?
Oh, don't get me started on Timo Werner. I don't know what's happened to the bloke. He couldn't start for my local Sunday League team.
Oh wow, wow, that's a bit harsh, man. Come on,
Marco. Right, what do you think of your manager digging a player out though publicly?
I think what a part of it is probably he's bottled a lot of it up. You see Ange in the post-match interviews. He doesn't ever do that, but he hasn't ever done that before. He doesn't even rarely criticise the team, let alone the players. He always sort of says the same sort of thing like, "Oh, we battled well, we just wasn't really good enough, we need to improve." This is the first time he's actually gone in on someone, so maybe he's trying to I think he's trying to say something to maybe Levy or people up higher in the club, as if to say, "Look, I'm having to dig out one of my own players here. Give me some more funds, let me compete," sort of thing.
It's too much thinking, that, isn't it? It's too much. That's too much. Like, that's a conspiracy thought. I'm not having that. He just dug him out. He's looked at him. He's like,
well, he hooked him at half time.
Yeah, he said, "Yeah, running for me." So obviously the press have asked him, and he's said the truth. And you know, Ange wears his heart on his sleeve. Sometimes that could work against you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but going back to what you said right at the start of this, if he is tackled that in the dressing room straight away, add him personally, add him in front of the team, everybody knows the situation, and then gone publicly. I still don't. I'm probably on
one
with
of
you
our
doing
own,
it publicly.
One of our own, Troy Deeney, done it publicly when he was managing. I've forgotten the team he was at.
Forest Green.
Forest Green.
Yeah,
and he came out. He absolutely laid out on his player. Did he lose the dressing room? He probably did, definitely. And then he wasn't at the club the 2 weeks after that. Do you know what I mean? So
is this the beginning of the end? Do you think?
It could be. It could be because once you start doing that and the other players are seeing that, then there's that layer of protection. Or it can actually kick some of the boys at the backside and say, listen, no, I've got to get my finger up because I don't want to be having that treatment. But are they thinking like that? I'm not sure.
Footballers are different these days, man.
That's how it goes, man.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.